Hi guys, welcome back to the Baseline. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you guys are having a great day, a great night, and a great life. So, I need you guys to do something. I need you to imagine that all the cameras are gone, the applause have faded, and somewhere in Brussels, a pen just redrew the map of Europe without firing a single shot. Because when they say something like energy independence, they don't mean freedom. They mean a new landlord. And here's the twist, the crazy part of it all. No one in European Parliament dares to whisper by 2028, Europe will have cut off Russian oil and gas completely. Only to find itself tethered to who? A different empire paying twice the price for half the security. So this week, the European Council approved a plan to ban all Russian natural gas imports by January 1st, 2028. The pipeline, LNG, everything. A move that was basically framed as liberation, but executed through a loophole so quiet, most citizens won't even realize what's being signed away until the bill actually arrives. Now, if you live in Europe, this isn't abstract for you because it's your heating bill, your factory job, your grocery prices. They're turning your wallet into a front line. Because when leaders talk about energy wars, the casualties aren't soldiers. They're the actual citizens. Now, you feel it not in news cycles, but you're going to end up feeling it in kitchens and layoffs, in the slow hum of industries packing up and leaving. And the twist is, this isn't even part of the EU's sanction package. They rebranded it under trade policy, stripping member nations like Hungary and Slovakia of any kind of veto power. Now, that's not democracy. That's bureaucratic jujitsu, turning rules into weapons of obedience. It's like changing the rules of the game mid-match and then calling it fair play. Now, Hungary and Slovakia, they did protest. They protested saying their economies would suffer. They would collapse without cheap Russian gas. And Brussels, their response was basically, too bad. They literally wrote a rule to silence dissidents. It's like democracy a la carte. It's like ordering freedom off a menu only to discover it comes pre-cooked in Washington. Because guess who fills that gap? American LNG exporters. Now Europe's new sugar daddies selling freedom gas at luxury brand prices, of course, and smiling all the way to the bank. So think about the irony of all of that. Europe breaks up with Moscow only to start dating Houston. It's like dumping your toxic ex, then moving in with their cousin who actually charges rent. Everyone claps for the breakup, but no one talks about the rent or the mortgage. And to make it all sting that much worse, the EU framed it as energy security. I mean, security for who? German industries are de-industrializing. Families are choosing between rent and heat. Meanwhile, United States energy giants are breaking profit records that make the 1970s oil barons look humble. And they call this the most ambitious energy transition in history. But the ambition it's not the same as sanity. You don't rip out your oxygen mask mid-flight because the pilot has a new supplier. You don't burn the bridge before you built another one. Yet, Europe's cutting its lifeline while congratulating itself for not suffocating. I mean, at least not yet, right? And here's the deeper fracture to it all. The EU didn't just defy Moscow. It defied its own members. Hungary's foreign minister called the plan a direct attack on our energy security. Those are in quote, that's quotes, right? Slovakia's prime minister said it's ideological madness, right? But the council pressed approve anyway. Because in modern Europe, dissident isn't debated, it's bypassed. They call it qualified majority voting. I call it qualified democracy. I mean, what do you guys call it? It's unity by decree, not by consensus. And if we pull back the camera, this isn't just about gas, it's about control. Because when Europe lost Russia as its supplier, it didn't gain freedom. It just changed handlers. And the irony, the same continent that once lectured the world on sovereignty just outsourced its energy soul to the United States and Qatar. It's like declaring independence while signing a lease with your new landlord all in the same breath. Now, behind every law they call protection, there's a market they're protecting. Behind every moral speech about values, there's a contract signed in fine print. The EU says it's defending democracy, but it's now governed more by procedure than by the people. It's an empire of committees powered by bureaucracy, where the word unity means do as we say. Still, guys, they sell it as moral duty. But morality without math is just performance art at the end of the day. I mean, Germany cuts social spending to fund militarization. France talks green energy while burning coal to survive through the winter. And Brussels calls it progress as if pain were a virtue. Now, you can't heat a home with this righteousness. You can't run a factory on good intentions. And yet, the politicians posing for climate pledges are chauffeured to those summits powered by the very fossil fuels they claim to banish. Now, what we're watching isn't leadership. It's a kind of a theater. It's the kind of performance where the actors believe their own script and the audience pays for the ticket twice. The EU is punishing the East, impoverishing the middle, and enriching the West, of the Atlantic at least. So if you feel like you're paying more for less, you are absolutely not crazy. You're living in an economic echo chamber where every policy has two faces, one that's public and one that's profitable. And the slogans say independence, the invoices say dependence. And recognizing that doesn't make you cynical, it makes you awake. Because here's the question no one in Brussels or Washington wants to answer. If Europe can silence its own members in the name of unity, what happens the day America decides that the silence is no longer optional? They say this isn't war, but when one continent pays the price for another's power, when independence looks like dependency in a new disguise, you guys tell me. Tell me honestly, what else would you call it? All right, guys, do I have this all right? Do I have it all wrong? Put a comment in the section below. I value your opinion. And thank you again so much for watching me here on The Baseline. All right, cheers, everybody.